All right. Let's start taking attendance. Amit is here. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Amit.
Amazing
Oh,
architecture.
all right. Amazing architecture. I always forgot. Soyam. Not here. Silama Soma. Not here.
Present, Miss. It's Soyam Swaraj.
Soyam, you're present.
Yes, Miss.
How come I don't see you here?
Network problem in my mobile. Let me connect to Wi-Fi and then join. Okay, Miss.
All right. So, Silama Soma not here. Where is Sila? Why were you absent in the last class?
Which I didn't know.
How come you didn't know? You have your timetable, right? You know that you have class today.
Yes, yes, but sometimes it doesn't go according to the timetable.
Casey Ramaswamy. Dalawa mo.
Present, Miss.
Rempwangi. Liliana. Rosama.
Present, Miss.
Rukana.
Present.
All right. Rosaliana.
Present then.
Roslyn is not here. Sunita.
Present, Miss.
Panding Puyi.
Present, Miss.
Pemo. Not here again. Ankush. Yes.
Good afternoon, Miss.
That's Hanuma. So those were absent for today. Silan Masoma, Roslyn, and Pemoa. All right. So today we won't take that much long, but we will continue with our class for a detailed estimate. All right.
Miss.
Yes.
Rosalind said I am present and her audio is not good right now.
All right. Okay. So I have given you an assignment before, right? Have you all submitted?
Yes, Miss.
I haven't
Yes.
yet. Okay. So if you have all submitted, I will mark it today. And those who haven't submitted, you will have I will mark it tomorrow. So you will have till tonight to submit your assignments. Those who haven't submit your assignment by tonight, then you will be marked as 0. All right. So those.
Ma'am, the first assignment, right? That we had last week.
Yes, the assignment, the first assignment. So those who haven't submitted, I will give you till tonight. You will get a negative marking, of course, but you will still get a chance to submit your assignments till tonight. So those who haven't, by tonight, you will get 0. So no submitting after that, all right? Because I'm going to give you another assignment by today, simple one. So by tonight, you have to submit the previous assignment, the first assignment, okay? So we are going to get your internal mark from your attendance as well as from the assignments that I have given you. Your internal marks carry 50 marks. Your external marks, your external exam will carry 100 marks. Your internal 50, external 100. All right. So
Miss,
yes.
Miss, external exam would be online or offline?
That I am still not sure. Let's see at the end of the semester if I don't think we can still practice the offline examination. It might be online or I don't know. Let's see.
Uh,
Hello? Hold on a second.
yes,
Oh,
miss.
pala, Nick. stmsomnia@gmail.com. Oh, Benjamin. Mm. Bye. All right. We Can you hear me?
Miss, it's not clear.
Breaking, miss.
Ma'am, it's working.
Yes, there is some problem with Google Meet or my internet
Miss, I think internet connection. Yeah.
Miss
internet.
bandwidth
No, I think
is low.
it's our internet.
connection.
Yes, yes, bandwidth is low.
One second.
Bude. 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 Kung ay so maju ako po itake on po tono po. Bude.
Online exam.
Once you can do him about the Kalalute lawodi sa Amazon.
Bosra.
Once you can review
All right, can you hear me?
yes, miss.
All right, good. So I'll try this again. I think there's some problem with my network this afternoon. So all right, I will start sharing my screen. All right. So can you see it?
Yes, miss.
Is it visible now? All right. Okay. So last class we were talking about the preliminary estimate, right? The plinth area estimate, the cubic rate estimate, and the unit based method estimate. I think you all know how to calculate all this plinth area, cubic rate, and unit based method already, right? We did some exercise in the class as well.
Yes, miss.
All right. Okay, so all of you are present today. Good. So okay. All right. So yes, so today we will be looking into the detailed estimate, all right, from the different types of estimates. So in detailed estimate, you already know what a preliminary estimate are, and in detailed estimate, it's nothing but, as the name suggests, a detailed estimate, right? So it's the accurate estimate, and also usually detailed estimate can't be worked out at the beginning of your starting your project, all right? Plinth area estimate is used, or the preliminary estimates are used for the different estimates that you worked out at the beginning of your starting of your project, right? As well as at the end to know the approximate cost. All right, but detailed estimate, for you to prepare detailed estimate, you have to finish all your work first, all your details, all your specifications, all your plans, sections, elevations, and specifications have to be prepared first. And after that, you can work out your detailed estimate from that one. So in this, to prepare a detailed estimate, you have to take out the length, breadth, and height. It is most of it is like the units in the units which we have already studied before. There are different modes of measurements, right? We have the per square meters and the running meters. We have the cubic meters. So here we are going to take out the quantities of each of different items. And also, like I've told you before, we have to start from the bottom, from the not from the superstructure, but from the foundations. So we will come up from the foundations. We will start with the excavation, and we will start, next will be the laying of the PCC and your laying of your foundations, and then comes the columns, and then the floors, and then the brick walls. And if we're having a first floor, the floor of the first floor, and then the brickwork of the first floor. And if we're having the second floor, and then we'll come to the floor of the second floor, brickworks, and the roof of that, and so on. So it's a step by step from the very beginning to the very end. All right, so it is usually prepared in two stages. First, you have to prepare your details of measurements. You have to take out your quantities, work out the areas of different structures, like your brickwork and also your cement work, and all that is included in your building. And then after that, after you have taken out your quantities, we will prepare an extract of estimate cost, or the bill of quantities, in which you will get all your, you will already have all your calculations, your quantities of different items, and there you will multiply your quantities with the rates included, which you will find it from the schedule of rates prepared by the department, PW department of your state. All right, so it is also, it is prepared for technical sanctions. So if you are working and you need a sanction, usually if you are working as a contractor, or if you are going to build a building, you are going to need a sanction, right? So to get that sanction, you need to submit as well as your plans for tender calling, and also you need to submit your plans as well as your detailed estimate for sanctioning of the money for the project that you are going to handle. All right, so in the rough estimates, then the preliminary estimates, it is just a rough estimate, so there can be many mistakes and many different items or costs which is not calculated in the rough estimate. So in detailed estimate, all that will be eliminated, and this is going to be the you can't say it's the exact detailed estimate, but kind of exact, but you still need to give contingencies, like 5% contingencies for your estimates that you are doing. All right, so like here, yes, you need to have your detailed working drawings first before you, and your specification first before you actually start your detailed estimate. So first, like we've already talked about the two modes, the two stages. First is the details of measurement and the calculation of quantities. First, like I've already told you, the different works is divided into different heads, such as like the artwork, concreting, brickwork, RCC, plastering. That comes under different heads. All right, and also it is divided into work-wise, and the details of measurements, we will take it out from the drawings, and we will learn how to take out the quantities from drawings in this class. And then it is also called the bill of quantities. I think you might have heard this, BOQ. When we're talking about BOQ, we are talking about the calculation of quantities. All right, so details of the measurement form or the bill of quantities will be somewhat like this. We will have the number, the item number, and the description of the item, and the number of items that is there, length, breadth, and height of that item, and then the quantity. The quantity is length into breadth into height, and then also we might have the units after this column or not, and then the explanatory notes or the remarks. This is where how you calculated your length, breadth, and height. You may write it here in the explanatory notes how you have taken out. And then we have the abstract of estimate cost. So after all, we have worked out all the different things, the length, breadth, and height. Now in the abstract of estimate cost, we will only take out the final quantity that we work out here. We will take that out and we will multiply it with the rates so that we can know the rate for the specific items for each and every detailed items work in your drawings. All right. So, like I've said, usually a percentage of 5% is given. It is added for contingencies due to unforeseen items or expenditure, because in your works you might have even though you are doing a detailed estimate, there will still be unforeseen items or expenditures which may be due to the loss because of some failure in your how do you say, failure in your equipments, or also you might still need to, in your work, you might be like unforeseen reasons, like there might be a landslide and you need to redo all your artwork again, and all those that will be put in the contingencies. All right. So this is the abstract of estimate form. In item number 1, we will say 1 design. We will it is similar to that description. Quantity. Now we don't have the length, breadth, and height anymore. This here is the calculations of the quantity. Understand? Here you have length, breadth, height. You have the quantity, and also you might have, from this description of items, you might have different numbers of items, and you will take out the quantity. This here is basically where you calculate the quantity. Understand the total quantity of each items. Here, instead, after you have calculated the quantity of each item, you will just take that total quantity of each item and the unit of that, cubic meters, the rate of that as per the SOR PWD, and then the per unit, the rate per unit, and then the total amount. And that after the total amount, everything will be calculated, and we will, after adding all the amount of the different particulars, then we will get our final estimate cost. And from that, we will add 5% contingency and maybe 2 to 3% establishment charges. All right. Do you understand it at least a little bit?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So for a detailed estimate, including the detailed estimate that you have worked out, you also need to submit a report, specifications, the abstract of cost, the price bill of quantities, BOQ. So when we're talking about the BOQ, that is the abstract of cost, the price bill. So usually, see, when you are calling for a tender, how this tendering and contract system works, you will learn more in detail in your next semester in your professional practice one. But now, basically what you do in a contract is, for a work to be sanctioned, suppose let's take our department building for an example. So you are designing the department building first. You are designing, so it might be the money is sanctioned by the central government, let's say, or from the university. So first you need to work out the plans, and then you will give the specifications. And after you have the working drawings and the specifications, you will calculate the detailed estimate. And from the detailed estimate, you will you will take out the abstract of cost, the second this one that I am telling you. Understand? So from that you will take it out, and all those is needed. So they will uh, call out a tender. A tender is invited, and a tender is invited to different contractors, and in that the tender will be called for, and then you will answer the tender, and the person with the lowest bidding will be hired to contract the building for the construction of the building. So in that, for calling out a tender, you will need to give out the plans, the working drawings, the specifications, and also the bill of quantities, BOQ, or the abstract of estimate form over here. You won't give the detailed calculations of all the detailed estimate as you work out here. Understand? You won't give this out. This is for merely the calculation of the final form of this. So you will give this out, and from this they will know that this amount of this is that, and the amount of this is the quantity is that, and the rate they will answer it for themselves. Understand? So in that you will for the sanction of the money, you will need to send in the report as well, the specifications, the abstract of cost, and the sheets, calculations of sheets if needed. Yes.
Ma'am, in the report you mentioned explaining history, right? So what does that history mean? Like,
So this is for the sanction or for giving out the DPR. Have you heard of DPR, detailed project report? In detailed project report, this is when there is a provision for work. Suppose if you are like, suppose usually we have a building. Let's say there is a need for building, and there is so many headings under the NCC, NEC, like the how do you say in simpler terms? Wait, let me think. So there are these funding agencies or funding funding companies, right? So for that funding companies, sometimes you need they didn't ask you to design this and that, but there is funding for different types of buildings in different areas. So suppose if you need to, usually what we do here is, suppose all this YMA hall or the different halls in different localities. So we will prepare a detailed project report for that. We will take out, we will write about the history of ISOL, the history of the locality, why the locality is needing that particular project, like a hall. So we will write all about that, the need for that, the history, necessity, and what all things will be included in that, and you will also give your drawings and also all your estimate in that, and you will submit it to the funding agency. Understand? For the Northeast, like NEC and all those, so you will submit there, and they will look at all your things, and they will see if that from your report and from your drawings, and they will see that whether you will be qualified to have funding from that particular agency. Is it clear?
okay, ma'am, yeah.
Miss,
Yes.
if we have aggregates or cement or something like that, we calculate it by cement by weight or cubic meters, means weight or
For what?
volume.
For what? The aggregates.
Yes, aggregates or cement,
The
we
cement,
calculate it by weight or
when we are
cubic
talking
cu-
about, we don't calculate as detailed as how much you are going, how much aggregate are you going to need. So there is this in that SOR, what you will see is that cement of 1:2:4 ratio, that means that, so there it is already worked out how many aggregates, how many cement or what kind of cement or how many aggregates that you are going to need. So in RCC, if we are talking about only, RCC, like the 1:2:4, 1:1:2, or 1:3. So that will be calculated. So you don't get in depth as as to how much aggregates are you going to use, because all that is already calculated in that the cement concrete that you are going to use. Is it clear? So
Miss,
yes.
I was asking about how we measure the quantity of it. Like, if
quantity.
one unit is pricing.
Yes. See, okay, you will get into that. You will measure the cement, the RCC. You will RCC or the cement concrete or the PCC. You will measure it in cubic meters.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you will understand it more once we start calculating. All right, how the calculations are taken out. So you will learn that. Okay.
Miss, one question.
Yes.
Miss, this type of estimating doesn't include the labor charges, right?
Yes.
So if a contractor wants to win that tender,
Yeah.
so that estimation cost does not include the labor charge. So how will he calculate those labor charges? I mean, how many laborers would be working and all?
Yes.
So
That is all
would
there
be
in the SOR. The
okay.
labels. Okay, you will
Because, yes,
understand it more. Okay, yes, all those calculations and how many laborers and per square meters, or let's say per square feet, or how many laborers you need, what is the labor charge of that. That is all there in the SOR as well. Okay, everything
Yes,
you
yes.
need is in the SOR. All
Yes,
right.
miss.
So now we will look into how to. We will have, okay, we still have 1 hour left. I have another class at 3 o'clock. I'm taking extra class for other class. So, but okay, 1 hour is more than enough for this class. So for this, okay, we will be learning how to take out the quantities. The first thing you need to know is to take out how to take out the quantities of each and different items. All right. So we will take an example and start calculating, and I will give you an assignment on this as well. And this is from the textbook. See, there are different ways. Okay, just 1 moment again. Oh, hello. Ole kuya ang kasablore vi ta hiru tonon. Nagtuka po ka dito senior ro nagtuka yan ingen media. Kanyan sinok o boksa. Just no dalok mo ti lo photo. Just 1 second, all right? Okay, graphics. Oh, nagtuka graphics na Asian. Sili na lalo na mo. Sili ko lang na yung buin sa damero sa piso. Andre doon may draw. Ang kung ay class ng lang ito. Okay. Oh. All right. Yes. Is there any questions? No? All right. So to take out quantities, there are 2 ways to take out quantities. There is a long wall, short wall method, and there is a center line method, and the uses of both partly center line and short wall method. Because see, if it's a simple building, just a square building with no internal walls, then that means that it is very easy to calculate. You can just do it using either center line method or long wall, short wall method, depending upon you. But when there is a complicated plan of the and you're having different thickness of the walls, and sometimes it's a little bit complicated to use just one method. So that is where we need to use the 2 kinds of method for taking out the quantities. So usually here, or usually everywhere, the partly center line and short wall, long wall method, the mixture of these 2 methods is used for calculations. But you have to, that means that you have to know both how to take the long wall, short wall method as well as the center line method. So we will be looking into how to calculate that using a simple example. All right. I want to remind you again, this is important for your exams because this is in your syllabus, but not too important in the real world because we have the engineers to calculate all this. Okay, so frankly speaking, we are not doing this any kind of detailed estimate, and architect never does all this detailed estimate by himself. We have an engineers for that. All right, but it may be somehow that you have your own office and you can't afford an engineers and you want to do everything by yourself, then you can do it by yourself. But usually we don't do the detailed estimate. We stop at the print area estimate. All right, so that is what I want you to know before we study this, but it is always good to know if you can, and also all your structures that you are studying now, also that also not that important. It is very good for you to know how things are work out and a little bit of this and that. It is important for you to know, but the in-depth, there are different professions, because engineers are the professionals who are doing all the calculations and they're working out and how many reinforcement you need, all those. It's good for you to know. It's good that you can, if you can work it out, but don't take it too seriously. If you can't do it, then but you still need to have the knowledge when you are designing, okay? What is not possible, that you need to know. And the knowledge is important, but the detailing part, not too important. All right. So it's not like I'm discouraging you to not to study this, but you have to study this for your exam, because in your exam, this will come in your exam. So you still have to know. But I think almost all of this, you will forget it by the time you passed out again. All right. So, so when you are taking out your measurements for your walls, the junctions and the meeting points of your internal walls to your external walls, those are the most important points when you are taking out quantities. All right. So the first part, the first method, the long wall, short wall method, it is here, like here we are going to divide, suppose, imagine a room with the 4 walls. Understand? A square room with 4 walls. So it might be a rectangle. So one wall will be, just call it the long wall, and the other wall perpendicular to that will be the short wall. So to take out the quantities of that, we will have to calculate the long wall. Then there will be 2 long walls, similar 2 long walls, and 2 short walls, right? So that is how we take out the quantities. This is very simple for just a 4-room building. Very easy to calculate this, okay? But not so much in a complicated room. Not when I say complicated, that means when you are having lots of junctions and also having lots of partitions with different wall thickness, all right? And that is about the long wall, short wall method. So different quantities are taken out by, so you will take your long wall and short wall, you will calculate the length of that wall. It's like taking out the circumference of that, and then dividing it to get the area. You have to divide it by the, no, you have to multiply it by the height and the breadth as well. So to take out the length, we are talking about the length when we are talking about short wall and long wall method, or the center line method, to take out the length, how you will calculate the length of all your rooms, okay, of all your walls. So that is here. So long wall, we have to take the center to center length and center to center length of that particular wall, and also we will need to take the half breadth on the one side, half breadth on the other side. 2 half breadths is equal to 1 breadth. So center to center plus 1 breadth is the long wall, and short wall, center to center minus the 1 breadth, because we've already added 1 breadth to the long wall, right? confusing? You don't quite understand it yet, right? You will understand it. Yes. Just know
Yes,
this.
For
yes.
now, it's a little bit
Yes,
same.
it will be a little bit confusing because you don't know, you have any idea what I'm talking about right now, right? About the walls. So I'm just talking about the theory, okay? We will go to the calculations. You will understand it easily. Very self-center line method. You will calculate it from the center line, and this is quicker, the center line method, but like I've already told you, in the junctions is where you have to keep is where it gets tricky, and also where calculations or attention is required most at the junctions. All right. Okay. So this is for your exam. All right. So for buildings having different types of walls, each set of walls shall have to be dealt separately. That means if different type of walls means different thickness of walls, okay? So you can't take different thickness of walls into the length of the different thickness of walls into one for your calculations of your area. All right. So for rectangular, circular, hexagonal, all those, the method is simple. So deduction and all this, we will go to the practical, and then you will all understand it. Partly center line, partly cross wall methods. This is the combination of both the lines. Center line method is applied to the external walls, and in the long wall, short wall method is applied in the internal walls in this partly center line, partly cross wall method. Okay, remember this center line method applied to the outer walls. Long wall, short wall method applied to the internal walls. This is in the cases where you have different thickness, or also you have different partitions in your rooms. All right. So for different thickness and different levels of foundations. So because of this reason, all engineering departments are practicing this method. All right. So example 1, this is the example that we are going to have. So example, we are having a 1-room building. So study this properly. All right. We have the length at 5 meters and the breadth at 4 meters. So this is from your textbook. So this is from your textbook. So here we don't have 4 foundations. Understand? This is like the load bearing wall, where you dug your foundation all throughout the whole walls. Understand? In the methods that we are going to study for an example for now, you don't have 4 foundations here. You have 1 foundation which runs throughout the whole building. Understand? This is how they usually do in the mainland. All right. Do you
Yes,
know what
ma'am.
I'm talking about? Yes.
Yes,
Like usually
ma'am.
here we will have like for columns. We don't have any columns here, right? It's a load bearing wall. It's a load bearing wall, so no particular columns. Columns, no individual columns. We will have 1 columns which runs through all of this. Understand? So this is the room layout. So it is 5 meters and by 4 meters. Understand? So here we have the section at A and B. So the section is all the same. This type of foundations, you can see my mouse, right? My pointer, mouse pointer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this type of foundation runs through the whole building. Understand? Runs through this whole building. So that means that we have this different layers. We have this the lowest one is RCC. All right, lowest one is RCC. The next one, here's my mouse. All right, the next one is brickwork. Brickwork again, and then brickwork. So that means that we have a height, the thickness of the RCC is 0.9 meters. All right, and the thickness of this brickwork is 0.6, 0.5, plinth is 0.4, and the total height of the building is 3.5 meters. All right. Now we will calculate only, we won't calculate the roofing and all here. We will calculate only the columns, no, the all this RCC and brickwork over here. Okay. So thickness of footing and foundation is 30 centimeter each. So it is, the thickness is, no, this thickness is 30 centimeter. Here the thickness is 0.6 meter. This is the, how do you say, the, what is it, the length, the thickness is the thickness is the height, the breadth, understand, 0.9 is the breadth. So here 0.3. So that means that, oh, I need something. You can still see my screen, right? So for, in order for us to calculate the lowest one, I need shapes. Okay, so the lowest one, we're seeing the plan of this 0.3 thickness of this, right? So in order for us to calculate this, the lowest one, let's say we have a center line here. You can see this, right? The one I'm just doing, the shape.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have a center line here. Suppose, and this center line is, the center line is here in the, what is this? Shapes. I want it to be red. Oh. Okay. Okay. You can still see it, right? We are taking the center line here. This is, just imagine this is the center line. Okay, just, I can't keep it in the center. Okay, and then again, how do you make it red? Okay, shape fill is here. All right. Is that it? Whatever. All right. So we're taking this as the center line here, center line. So we are only seeing this part, the brickwork at the top for the plan, right? We don't see the what's underneath. The lowest part is the footing. So the lowest footing is 0.9 meters. That means that from the center line, if it's divided by 0.45, 0.45, understand, right? So the lowest one will come something like this. Something like this. Something like this.
Miss.
Yes.
Miss, you're drawing the foundations.
What?
You're drawing the foundation
Yes,
wall.
plan. Yes, the foundation wall.
Okay.
I'm just trying to show you how the foundation is, how you are going to see the foundation, right? And also something like that, because it will be bigger than this in the foundation, right? When you are going to calculate this, because from here you are seeing only the walls, right? And we are going to see the foundations. So, okay, this is enough for now. Coming to the next one, this is how the foundation is showing, right? So here, if we calculated the center line of this, of this, so what will be the center, the length of the center line here? How much is it going to be? It's 5 meters. The internal wall is 5 meters, right? Right? Length.
Yes, miss.
And then what will be the center line of this? So that will be 5 point, this is, if this is the thickness is 0.3 meters, and the center line overall will be 5.3 meters. Will it,
Miss, 5.6.
is that, is it 5.6?
No, 5.3.
5.3 should be half of this and half of this, right? So that means it's
Yes.
5.3. So first we have to know the center line. So the center line is 5.3, this part, and the center line of this will be how much? 4.3 as well, right? Half of
Yes,
this
miss.
wall thickness, half of this wall thickness, and added with this will be 4.3, right? That you understand. So coming to that, going to the next one, we have this is 9 meter breadth, the 9 meter breadth. So it's only 3. So if we take it from the center line, that means we will have from here we have 0.45, 0.45, right? If you offset it. So that will be this one, right? Understand? Now we're taking a drawing. We are taking a drawing of this concrete work in foundation. So before I show you this, so if you have this, so we are having this. So to calculate this, we are going to use the center line method first. All right, center line method. We are going to calculate it both in center line and long wall, short wall method. So in center line method, we are going to take the center line of this, center line of this, center line of this. Understand? The center line of this. We are going to take that. Understand? And we are going to add all of this center line for the length, and we will have to divide it into breadth and wait, I will show, I will just stop presenting and then I will present my whole screen, all right? All right, is it visible now? Visible now? My screen, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so here I have prepared, oh. Why can't I put this two side by side? Why can't these two come side by side?
Just open it.
I am opening it. What to do? Now I am confused. What? I am dragging it, but this is like in one thing here.
Miss, open Chrome for
Yes.
a moment. Then open the second one.
Huh?
Open the Chrome tab once and then open the second PowerPoint tab. Maybe that would work.
Oh, close this?
Yes.
Yes. I have this, right?
Yes.
So-
Now, Miss, open it again.
Wait, I have to put it here. Professional estimating and costing. Here. So it's coming in the same window. Wait. 前面那边是摁着，现在是先。Yes. What? Oh. 真係太好了。啊，前面那邊啊。
Ông lại xuống nhẹ lên.
Cái khai nó không dễ là cái chàng như thế đâu.
Miss, pakazok ka PDF convert la. Tikop mera.
Okay, I will just convert it to PDF. 그냥 좀 믿었네. 들어. So in Timon is sitting on you, Tiamla. dictator. Okay, I'll just convert because I need to use this. I'll just convert this to PDF, okay? Here also, I don't have a PDF conversion, so I will have to.
Miss, take a screenshot with snip tool.
No, I want to be able to write this in so that you will know how we calculate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I will just print this, do this in PDF, all right?
Yes, miss.
All right. No, here's a sheet. All right, now we can do it.
Wow.
This one here. This one will be in 75. All right. Now you can see it, right?
Yes, miss.
Mhm.
Okay, so first we will take out the number one is the concrete work in foundation. All right. Take out your pen and paper and do this with me as well.
Hmm.
And then number, we have only one number, right? If we see this, the previous one, this is, we are going to calculate this, the downmost part, the concrete work. Others are all brickwork, all right? Concrete work in foundation. So number one. So length, in center line method, how you are going to calculate the length. We will take 5.3 plus 5.3 plus 4.3 plus 5.3 plus the center line, right? So length is here, notes in length is equal to 5.2 into, so let's just do it like 2 into 5.3, right? There are two 5.3s.
10.6, no?
Okay, I'll just type it 5.3 plus, there's already an answer here, so don't see this, okay? We are going to do it step by step. Plus, you can see me typing, right? 5.3 plus 5.3 plus
Yes, miss.
4.3 plus
4.3.
What is that?
19.2.
4.3 plus 4.3, which is equal to 19.2.
19.2.
They'll see this, all right? 19.2. Below the rule. Okay. So length will be 19.2, right? We are taking the center line. 19.2. Okay, this is a little bit. Okay, 19.2 will be the length. What is the breadth? What is the breadth here? The breadth is how much?
Miss 4.3.
4.3.
No, we have the breadth here easily. 0.9. It's given here. The breadth of
Oh,
this.
foundation.
Eh.
It's the foundation. It's the foundation. We're talking about the foundation, right?
Yes.
The breadth is for how much? 0.9, right? 0.9. And then what's the height? The height is here. Thickness of footing. No. Thickness of footing and
30
foundation is
centimeter.
30
30
centimeter,
centimeter.
right? So height is 0.3. So what's the quantity now? 19.2 into 0.9 into 0.3. How much is that?
19.2.
Do you have a calculator?
Yes, miss. 5.184. 5.18.
Oi.
Anh đi đâu mà lại kia à?
So maneuver, so maneuver. Hey, low. Hey, so maneuver, so maneuver.
Is it only for me or is it stuck for everyone?
She left.
Bode. Bode.
Bosra.
Nepa. Soma Nepa.
Naran chua. Naran chua. Message in here.
Yan ka. Length ka 19.3 tara.
19.2.
Kailan ba ito?
That is 19.2, 19.2 then 19.3 draw.
Có nghe mà ý đâu ông biết nè.
Bosra, is it 5.1?
Yeah, 5.184. Bostika. I said before. No?
Sir, you're always right.
Rin din na set. No, rin din na set over 10.
Salute, senior.
Rin din shoot at sa kaya nga 5.184
Kalmite.
nila itini ka. Nepa. Brave.
Bosra people.
Ay, really talk.
Lutuk Bosra.
Miss ka luti talo meron. Ron reconnect siya nga. Ron sila man siya.
Have problem with? Then again,
Class
please take a break.
dismissed.
We will continue after 10 minutes.
Join.
Oh, break.
Ka live lock lo to ko hindi yan ka doon.
10 minutes. Dar tumata sa na ilet. Hawa rin ba? Ari. So, ngayon.
Cancelan lo may. Phone biyak kay ngay tlalaw may.
Kami, next class ka so inan.
Ani tay may tay sin.
No? Itu ka jula tawid ang akare la chang. Hemi ataw hin mi ron join don mispan. Kinga ta may tege po.
Sana.
Lutuk. Guys, turn on the captions. It is really funny to see what all we say.
Jamanu.
Lutuk. Kalutuk.
Jamanu.
Bacteria.
Chính về caption anh nha. Caption engine đây đi.
Yes, caption. Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
see, I told you that.
Bluetooth.
This caption is really funny.
Bluetooth.
Zing zang fu. Zing zang fu. ZZF.
Say that again, but more
Zing zang fu.
slowly.
Please subscribe.
Zing zang fu. I noob captions.
I am Zulo.
I am, you know.
Sompatao.
Some bottle.
Some bottle.
Some buttons.
Some bottle.
Siar Chaklo.
Chocolate. Bosra. No caption. It is Bosra.
Sada.
Bosra.
Bosdike. Bosdike caption.
I think that caption wala knows that it's a swear word. Caption waters. Wow.
It's not funny anymore.
Amazing architecture.
Amazing architect.
हाँ बोल बे बोल
अमित बोल ना कुछ. अमित भोजपुरी में कुछ बोल, मेरे को देखने का है वो कैप्शन.
क्या बोली बोल
बम्बई
ऐसा
में
ना होता.
काबा.
शिवसेना के सरकार हुआ.
हरामखोर. अमित आरटीपी शॉप बंद है क्या?
कल से खुल रहा है.
अरे आज स्टेटस दिन में देखा, खुल गया है ना.
हाँ आज खुल गया. अभी थोड़ा जिंदगी आसान हो गया.
तुम लोग कैसे बना रहे थे फिर खाना?
दे रहा था.
बे वो पता है मेरे को क्या देता है, उससे थोड़ी होता है कुछ.
हाँ तो ला के फिर से अपना देसी पॉइंट डाल दे रहे थे. फ्राई वाई करके कुछ.
अबे ये लोग बोल रहे हैं ऑनलाइन होगा यार एग्जाम.
अच्छा है ना. हम कॉपी कर लेगा स्वयं से. अच्छा मार्क्स आ जाएगा.
वही तो
सोच
नीचे
है
रखने
मेरा फ्यूचर बना हुआ है इस सेमेस्टर.
का. भाई मेरा तो गिर गया है.
पता नहीं है.
पता सब चल जाएगा भाई एग्जाम होगा तो.
पता नहीं है.
जल्दी आओ.
अबे आ रहा है कि आएगा क्या कॉलेज खुलेगा तो.
अरे कैसे अलाउ करेंगे
से
क्या? अरे क्वारंटीन वगैरह नहीं है ना अभी कुछ. सर को भी नहीं बोला क्वारंटीन करने.
सेल्फ क्वारंटीन है.
सेल्फ क्वारंटीन.
हाँ देने का.
ओ
अच्छा है तुम लोग का ज्यादा उधर कोरोना कैसा है.
अच्छा कब से बोल रहा है, साले पैर तोड़ के बैठा हूँ।
तो अच्छा है, कहीं घूमने नहीं जाएगा, जिंदगी सेटल, अब क्या।
भाई 21 दिन बेड पे नहीं रह सकता ना, सोचना तू एक बार।
तू जानता है तेरे को बेड कितना पसंद है ना। तू ही बताया था।
अबे अकेला थोड़ी हूँ, घर पे हूँ ना।
चल चल चल।
भाई बाथरूम जाने में बहुत परेशानी होता है।
आर्किटेक्ट है ना, कुछ डिजाइन कर ले।
हाँ यार,
यहाँ
अभी
यहाँ
अभी
ड्रॉप करो,
अभी
उधर जाके लैंड हो, समझ आया ना।
नहीं, ड्रोन जैसा करूंगा। ड्रोन उड़ा के छोड़ के आओ बाथरूम में।
हाँ।
ही वे क्या?
ड्रोन के ऊपर करो,
तुम
रिसोर्स को
लोग भी
यूज
ना।
कर।
उड़ा के। हाँ, पोस्ट पेंडेमिक आर्किटेक्चर यही है भाई।
क्या?
फ्यूचर है।
फ्यूचर। अबे जानता है, देख, इसे करने का और जिंदगी सेटल हो जाएगा।
भाभी हंस रही है।
कौन?
भा-
कब होगा? देख, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, क्या है?
दो, बस दो ही डाउनलोड हुआ, 3 4। कॉपी
क्या डाउनलोड
पेस्ट। क्या बे?
क्या डाउनलोड कर रहा है?
अरे क्या डाउनलोड करे आप लोग लैपटॉप में?
समझ गया, रहने दे, बोल मत।
तो वही, तो भैया का एक वो चल रहा है ना अर्बन डिजाइन, तो उसी से कुछ रिसर्च किए थे, वही डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं।
ए रोकने को क्या है इस बार एडी में?
किसका?
उन लोग को एडी में क्या है इस बार, प्रभु भैया को?
अर्बन डिजाइन
नहीं, तो प्रोजेक्ट क्या मिला है?
प्रोजेक्ट, जिम खाना डिजाइन करना है, उसके बाद लाइब्रेरी है, बहुत सारी चीजें उस एलिमेंट से उसको डिजाइन करना है।
Lobby Jigsu. Lobby Jigsu.
हिला रही है।
Hilti कर नहीं सो जुलाम।
अबे दिवाकर तुमको याद कर रहा था।
कौन दिवाकर बे?
अपना
अच्छा,
डीएन।
वो दिवाकर में।
हाँ,
दिवाकर क्यों भाई? मैंने क्या किया उसके साथ?
पता नहीं, पूछा था, एक लंबू था तुम लोग के साथ, वो किधर है? दिख ही नहीं रहा है आजकल।
नहीं, उसको बोलो।
मांगने गया था ना, उसे याद है।
क्या?
भाई मेरी याद क्यों आ रही है उसको?
हमको
उसे याद है।
हाँ?
Come on,
कोई नहीं, इधर से फोन
alright.
कर देता हूँ उसे।
फोन कर दे।
दे भैया
और दे
वैसे भी
डीन,
पीछे पड़े हैं।
और विनीत सर को डीन बना दे।
नहीं, वैसे भी देव भैया पीछे पड़े हैं ना
हाँ
उसके।
हाँ, समझ रहे, ज्यादा डिटेल
हाँ।
मत दे।
वो एक्चुअली देव भैया
अच्छा
के
है ना,
कितने होगी।
समझ है भाई, तुम इंटरनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट तुमको मिल गया, अब क्या चाहिए? अबे स्वयं को इंटरनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट मिल गया।
भाई 5% मेरा, ठीक है?
उसे तुम बात करो।
ऐसा करेगा?
विनीत सर दिया है उसको
भाई
इंटरनेशनल
तू पहले
प्रोजेक्ट।
तू बता, वो 20 लाख मिलने वाला था, उसका क्या हुआ?
किसका?
वो आत्मनिर्भर पैकेज का 20 लाख।
पहले आत्मनिर्भर बनो तो तब
स्वयं
ना।
बोलता है मेरे को 15,000 मिलेगा तो भी चलेगा।
अबे हम लोग विजिट वो एक्सकर्शन का पैसा वैसा कुछ वापस मिलने नहीं वाला है क्या?
इसका
हाँ, कहाँ गया हम लोग का ट्रेन का और बस का पैसा?
हाँ, एयरप्लेन पे
Calm
वो
down, calm down.
अरे
सचिन सर से मांगो।
ये क्या है?
वेलकम मिस।
किसके अकाउंट में घुसा है? दो जल्दी।
सचिन सर से पूछो।
सब हमको सो रख लिया है।
हाँ सचिन सर और मेरा डील हुआ था, सब उड़ा दिया मैंने।
सब पी के गांजा मार गए। और क्या?
Ma'am, you're
All
mute.
right. All right. So what happened? Only 14 are here. Who has gone out? Amit, you're here?
Yes, miss.
Soyam, you're here?
Amazing.
Silma Soma is not
Yes,
here.
miss.
You're here. All
Oh,
right.
miss, I'm here.
Larin Fila is not here. Silma Somi here. Lalomomi,
Yes, miss.
Remzwangi,
Present, miss.
Rilana,
Present miss.
Rotama,
Present miss.
Rupkana,
I'm here, ma'am.
Rosangliana. Rosangliana, not here. I'm going to cut their attendance. Roslyn. Is Roslyn here? Who is this Lalrin Moy Rentle?
Yes, that's Rosalind, miss.
All right.
Bawa.
Sunita.
Present, miss.
Andin Kui.
Present, miss.
Pemo. Ankush. Pemo is not here.
Afternoon, miss.
Lalswanoma. Lalswanoma is not here. These people. Larin Fila, welcome back.
Thank you, miss.
All right. Now, let's try it again. All right. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, miss. Yes,
So
miss.
now,
Yes, miss.
how much have you calculated? The quantity is it
Number
5.184?
Yes,
5.184.
5.184.
Right? Unit will be in cubic meters, right?
Yes, miss.
5 cubic meters because it's in area, right? Meter into meter into meter is equal to cubic meter, right? Square meters.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, you have to know all this. So this is the length, okay? Before going out into the next, all of this, we'll try to calculate it from here, all right? So let's see, the next one is number 2. Next one, only this one is the concrete. The base is the concrete, next is the brickwork, all right? Brickwork. Brickwork in footing. All right. So we will calculate the next one. Okay. Like I've already told you, we have to calculate it from the base. So first we have calculated this. Second one, center line number 1. Right. Length will be the same one. Right. Length will be the same one. Center. Right. 5.3 plus, same as this, 5.3 plus 5.3, it's the center line, right? The center line will be similar for all this, right? Is it clear? Center line will be similar for all this. So length will be 19.2, and then the breadth is how much? What's the breadth?
4.5.
4.6.
0.6.
4.5 is saying zero. Someone is right.
Yes,
It's
0.6.
Yes, it's 0.6. It's the next one. It's 0.6 here, right? And then what's the height?
Yes, miss.
What's the height? 0.3.
0.3.
Because the thickness is all same, right? The thickness of the footing is all
Yes, miss.
similar. So what's the quantity now? 19.2 into 0.6 into 0.3 is equal to how much?
3.456.
456. Unit will be in cubic meter.
CUM.
Right, correct. The third one, brickwork in footing number 2, right? Brickwork in footing. We can't take this two similarly, right? Because the breadth is not the same. So number 1, length will be 19.2 again, right?
Yes,
Breadth
miss.
will be
Yes, miss.
0.5.
0.5.
0.3. What's this? What's the quantity? 19.2 into 0.5 into 0.3. 2.88. 2.88. All right. And then cubic meter again.
Cubic meter.
Cubic meter.
Cubic
Yes.
meter. Number 4. What's the fourth one? It's the plinth, right? The fourth one is the plinth. Brickwork in plinth. 1. Center line, same again, right? The length. Because we're just taking the center line. 19.2, why is this red? Whatever. What is the breadth?
Means
0.4. 4, right?
0.4. 0.6.
0.6.
So isn't it supposed to be 0.4?
0.4. 0.4.
0.6.
Okay.
Breadth.
The breadth is 0.4.
Yeah.
And the height,
0.4.
breadth,
0.6.
error. The breadth is this way.
0.6.
And 0.6. 0.6. See, this will be, let's say,
4.6.
concrete work is different, right? So this is going to be 2A, this is 2B, all right? This is 2C. As these are all brickwork, right? So this can all come under the 2, all right? And then brickwork in plinth.
4.6.
How much?
It's 4.6.
4.6. Okay. 4.6 cubic meter again.
Cubic meter.
And then lastly, the walls, 2D. 2D. Brickwork. In superstructure, all right? Brickwork in footing 1, brickwork in footing 2, all right? So brickwork 1. So same again, right? 19.2.
Yes, miss.
Right?
Yes, miss.
19.2. What's the breadth?
0.3.
0.3. Height? 3.5.
3.5.
Which is equal to? Which is equal to?
20.16.
20.16.
20.16.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the brickwork in superstructure and brickwork in footing will be different because this we will keep it as 3. This one is all not the superstructure, so we'll keep this as. So this 3 total will be the brickwork. Let's say I have a column here. insert rows above. So 3 total will be, what's the total of this 3? Let's bold this, all right? Bold this.
Switch.
Hmm?
2C and
The total here will be 3.2 no. What's the total of this? 3.456 plus 2.88 plus 4.6 is equal to 10.936, right? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Let's say 10.936. Let's round it off to one digit. Okay, 10.94. Okay, so this can come as 0.6, this to 5.18. So this is the total in the brickwork, cubic meter. Cubic meter. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes, miss.
You know how to calculate that, right? So this is for calculating in center to center, all right? So now let's do separate wall method. All right, we will take it as long wall, short wall. So first one is concrete work in foundation again. So long wall, short wall method. So we have 5.3 now. So long wall, short wall method is how we usually do that. Like I've already told you, one center line plus one breadth, right? So length is equal to here, L is equal to, so what is the long wall? The center line, 5.3 is the center line, right? Okay, we won't do it there, we'll do it from here again. So now we already know what the center line is, right? The center line is 5.3, right? For here. For here, and we'll take this as the long wall, one side as the long wall, all right? 5.3 plus, what's the one breadth? We were going to take one breadth. One breadth is equal to 0.9, right?
Oh, okay.
Clear? Is it clear? So it will be 2 into, because we have two long walls, right? We have one long wall here and another long wall here. Understand?
Yes, miss.
Separate wall method. See, one long wall here, one long wall. So see, if you see, we'll take this as the short wall, this as the short wall, this overall as the long wall. Understand? So we have this plus 2 into, there are two short wall, right? 2 into, so short wall, we will take it as center line minus one breadth, all right? Center line of this is how much? 4.3, right? 4.3. Is it clear? Do you understand? 4.3 minus 0.9.
Not clear.
Not clear.
Yes, miss.
Wait, how will I make it clear?
Is Y minus.
Huh? Y minus. See over here, let's go back to this. Long wall, center to center length, plus half breadth on one side, plus half breadth on the other side. That is center to center length plus half is equal to 1, right? One breadth. One. I thought center to center, long wall is easier. That means that we need to have, see, we are taking only the center line now. Don't look at this 6.2 over here. This is already worked out, all right? So here we only know what the length of the center line is, right?
Yes,
We know
miss.
the length of the center line is 5.3. In order for us to take this long wall, understand this much is the long wall, right? We have to add half of this here and half of this here, right? That means
Okay.
0.45 plus 0.45, which is equal to, we are going to try to find out the length of this. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Clear? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So that is why we are adding 5.3, the center line, plus 9. Understand, half of this and half of this is equal to 1 breadth. The breadth is 9, right? Right, 0.9. So in the short wall, so the reason why I did 2 into is we have 2 long wall. This long wall and this long wall here, right? Now we are going to take the short wall. The short wall is over here. Since we've already taken that part over here, we need to minus 1 breadth, right? Minus 1 breadth. Is it clear? Half of it is already taken here. Half of it is already taken here. That means 2 into 4.3. Is it? No. Short wall is
No.
3.4. Wait. Long wall is 5 into 3.2 plus 9. It is
4.3.
all right. 4.3 minus
0.9.
0.9, right? Is it clear now? Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Half of this plus minus. In order for us to find all this, we have to minus this part here. 0.9 plus minus 2.9 is 2.45 is equal to 9, right? So we minus 9. It's from the center line, remember? Center line, 4.3. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
I don't know how to make it clearer.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, concrete work in foundation is equal to, so from here, this is just what I've, for you to make it easier, I've just taken out that, understand? So now we have to see it from here. So number 1, concrete 1, length is equal to, how much is it? 2 into, how much is it? 5.3 plus 9 is equal to
5.3 plus 9, 6.2.
which is equal to, let's see for here, 2 into what's 5.3 plus 9.9? It's 0.9. 5.3 plus 0.9 is equal to 6.2, right? 6.2 plus 2 into 6.2 plus 2 into 4.3 minus 9.
3.4.
3.4. Do you still have confusion how I am taking the length and breadth? So length is now how much? 2 into 6.2
12.4.
plus 2 into 3.4.
19.2.
19.2, right?
Yes.
19.2.
Yeah,
19.2 breadth will be all similar to this now. See, that is how the length differs. Understand?
Yes, miss.
Now everything will be similar.
Yes,
So here, let's see how we taken out. Let's just do it from here, okay? This is the center line method. This is the long one, short one method. All right, understand? So let's try to find out the length of this again from here. All right, long wall, short wall method. L is equal to, no, let's do it here. L is equal to, so center line 2 into 5.3
Putting one
plus
is
5.3 plus 0.6, right? 5.3 plus 0.6 plus 2 into
4.3
4.3
minus
4.3.
minus
0.6.
4.3 minus 0.6. Right? Do you understand?
Yes, miss. Pass.
And here also L is equal to next one 2 into 5.3 plus 5.3
0.5
plus 0.5
5 plus
okay plus 2
2
into 4.3
4.3
into
5
to 0.5.
not into plus it's
No,
plus.
Minus.
Minus okay 0.5. So if you calculate that, that will all come to
19.2.
how much will it come to?
19.2.
It will all be
19.2.
02.
Is it 19.2 again?
Yes.
So it's the same thing, but how you taken out the length is different, right? So now do you understand what is center line method and long wall, short wall method?
Yes,
Clear
miss.
now, right? Are you absolutely clear?
Yes, miss.
So see here, separate wall method. The next one will be somewhat like this. So the total length, we will have it like this. So this is the one we just calculated here, right? 5.3 plus 0.6 is equal to 5.9, the total wall, right? 2 into the total wall minus 2 in plus 2 into the total wall of the short wall. 4.3 minus 0.6 is this much. Understand? So likewise, 5.3 plus the breadth of that is the total length of this. Understand? So this means we divided into this is the long wall, 2 long walls, and then 2 short walls. This one and this one. Understand? Clear now, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So now we have this example to take on again. We have this, let's delete all this. So that is very easy for one room, just one spare room. But here it's a little bit going to be complicated because when we are taking a center line here, we have a junction here, right? We have this one junction here. Here it's just one, so we know how to add and subtract that. But here we have to see how it is going to be added and subtracted here. All right. So now we are going to calculate this concrete work in foundation footings. So now length, this note should be a little bit bigger. Let's make this bigger. All right. So length is equal to, let's take a center line method. All right. So let's try to take a center line method. So length is equal to, so first of all, so what is going to be the length, the center line of this? So this is 0.3. Here, let's go into this one, okay? The same one here, center line method. So now we have 5.3, 5.3, right? And 4.3 here. 4.3 here. And for the foundation, the thickness is 0.9 again over here, right? So here, the thing is, see, if we take the total center line, 5.3 plus 5.3, and then another one, 5.3 plus 5.3, plus 4.3 plus 4.3. Now that here the difference we have already taken here, but here, see, there is a place where this intersects, understand? So in this place where there is this junction here, we will have to minus 2 of this into the length and breadth and height of this. Is it clear? Not so much, is it? So here the quantity of the quantity in total will be the total center length of all this. Understand? Total center length of all this. Understand? Minus 2 into 1, 2, 2 into half of the breadth. Okay, this you have to keep in mind. 2 into half of the breadth into the breadth and the depth. Let's try this, all right? Now we've already taken what? 5.3 plus 5.3 plus 4.3 plus 4.3 plus 5.3 plus 4.3 plus 4.3. We have
34.
another wall here, right? See, before, one more thing, easy way. Before we are taking the center line of this, and how if when we are taking the center line of this part where it coincides is made up by the part where we didn't take on this side. So this, if we are taking this double and this we are not taking, so this means this is equal to this, right? The part that we are not taking. That's why we didn't add anything or subtract anything. All right? But here, this part we've already taken. Understand? If we haven't taken this part over here, we don't need to subtract this. Here, initially, see, first, basically, the first one here we did in the center line method is, see, when we are taking the center line in this wall method, we are taking this part twice, all of this junction twice. It's like we're taking it twice. But we made up for that because we are not taking the white part. Understand? So this one that we've taken twice made up for the part that we haven't covered here. Understand?
Yes.
Is it a little bit clear? But here in this junction, this part we can neglect because we didn't take this part, right? But this part where it intersects, we can't neglect it because we have, if we have taken the outside part. So this means this part is taken twice in the center length. Understand? When we are having the intermediate one. That means when we are taking all of this, right, we should minus this in part where it intersects twice. So this part where it intersects twice is equal to 2 minus half of the breadth into the breadth and height. Understand that, right? 2 into total center length minus, it's the, I'll write it here. I'll just write it here, okay? Total center length minus, okay? Not minus 2 into, here's into, okay, 2 into half of the breadth, okay, into breadth into depth. All right? Is it clear now?
Depth.
This is the formula. So if you know this, it will be clearer. So if you see here, 2 into breadth, length, the total length here. All right, wait. Total length center It's not here. Here I put the. It's like this. Total center length minus 2 into 0.5 of the breadth into the breadth and the depth. Okay, so the total center length, from the total center length we are going to minus the 2 into half of the breadth. Okay, the reason why 2 into half of the breadth. This is half of the breadth, right? Half of the breadth. Is it a little bit clear? At least a little bit.
Yes, miss.
Miss,
Ma'am, can we continue the, ma'am, it's just a request. Can we continue this next day and practice a little bit of the first one more?
This
Might
one,
be,
yes,
it might
I
be
am
clear
going to
then.
give you as an assignment. I'm going to give you this. I am trying to see. There's only one more. That the rest you are going to have it as an assignment. So practice this. The first one I am going to give you. I will upload this in Moodle. Download this. You practice it, and you will figure it out. All right. I have faith in you. All right. So you can do it either way. If centerline method is not clear, you can do it in long wall, short wall method. Okay, we will try both. So take this total center length minus this part. It's this part. Total center length minus 2 into, the reason why 2 into this is 2 into this half of the breadth. 2 into half of the breadth. 1/2 of the breadth is here. Half of the breadth is here. 2 into half of the breadth into the breadth and to the depth. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this. All right. If you still don't understand this in the next class, try to do your assignment. We will go back to this again. Okay. So complete work in foundation 1. Okay, now length is equal to, what's the total length now? 5.3 plus
5.3.
okay, 5.3. 5.3 plus 5.3, 5.3 into 4, right? There are 5.3. 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, right? 5.3 into 4
Plus 4.3 into 2.
plus 4.3 into 3, right? 4.3 into 1, 2, 3, right?
1, 2. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Is equal to 34.1. All right? Do you see it? It's 5.3 into 4 plus 4.3 into 3, right? This much, is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the length is equal to, which is equal to 34.1, right? No, not 54. Is this much clear?
So Miss, we don't subtract the overlap
Now
part
we're going to subtract it now. This is the total. This is the, no, it's not the L. This is the total center line. Right? Total center line. Now we're going to take L. L is equal to here total center length. Total center line or length. Total center length is equal to 34.1, right? 34.1 minus 0.5, half is 0.5, right? 0.5 into how much? Breadth. It is
0.9.
0.9, right?
Miss, why not 2 times?
2 into Okay, 2 into.
No.
Will this be correct?
No miss here. Yeah.
I think this will be correct as well.
Yeah. Yes, miss.
Into the
Same
breadth,
bracket.
0.9, right?
9.
Which is equal to, what is it? 2 into point 0.5
It's 0.9.
into 0.5
34.1 minus 0.9.
into 0.9 minus 34. 2 into 0.5 into 0.9 is equal to minus 34.1 is equal to 33.2.
3.2.
Length is 33.2 into breadth is 0.9, right? Height is 0.3, right? So what's the quantity? 33.2 into 0.9 into 0.3 is equal to 30.18. Is it correct? Is it similar to the ones that you got here? Do you understand?
Miss.
Mm.
Those
No.
miss. Miss. Miss.
Yes.
The quantity is length into breadth into height, right?
Yes.
So 33.2 into 0.9 into 0.3 comes 8.96.
8.964.
Okay, wait. Really? 33.2 into 0.9
0.9.
0.3. Oh, this is wrong.
8.964.
8.964. Calculate this again. Is it similar with this? Calculate this one.
Okay.
I know. 0.
0. Nah, 2 into 0.9.
1.
9. 0.45 into 0.3.
Miss,
Is this correct?
that thing written in the PDF, it's like a shortcut, right? It's more of like a shortcut.
It's like a shortcut. They didn't add like this. This is more
Yes, miss,
easier.
it's 8.
The one I'm doing here is more easier, right?
Yes, miss, it's 8.964.
Okay.
Correct.
Do you understand it? So you know how to take the total center length, right? So we have an intermediate wall in between, and we have to count for the intersection, the two intersection here. So we have to minus from the center line the two intersection here. That is 2 into half of the breadth into height. Understand? 2 into half of the breadth into height. All right. So that we have to minus it because this is here, like I've already told you, here this intersection, it's coming 2 times. That's the reason why. So 1 into 2. Suppose, let's say we have one intermediate wall here, one more wall here. Then if we are having one more wall here, that means that here it will be, now it won't be 2 anymore. This will be length is equal to total center length minus 4 into, it will be 4 into, right? One more and one more will be here. So that will be 2 length minus 4 into 0.5 into 0.9. Is that clear? A little bit clear?
Ma'am, yes, yes.
Yes. That's the concrete working foundation by center line method. Let's do separate wall method. This might be easier for you. Separate wall method. What's the total center length? What's the total length? Total length L is equal to
5.
L is equal to 5. No, not 5.
5
We're
into
talking about what? 5.3 plus 5.3, the center line, right? Length is equal to how much do you usually say? Long wall
5
is, huh?
5.3 into
5.3
2
3 into 2.
into 2.
5.3 into 2 plus, let's say 5.3, all right? Into 2. 5.3 plus 5.3 is how much? 5.3 plus 5.3 here plus what? How much we do? We still have to add one breadth, right?
0.9.
0.9,
Oh,
right?
sorry, 9. Yes, yes.
0.9. The base, the concrete one. Oh, okay. Let's do the next one. The footing, brickwork in footing 1. 0.6. Right? That is the long wall, right? That is the long wall. So long wall will be 2, right? 2 into, there's 2 long wall. We have 1, 2,
Yes,
2
yes.
long wall, right? 2 long wall, 2 into this plus we have 3 long wall, right? No, we have 3 short wall here now. 1, 2, 3. 3 short wall. We're saying 4. We have
Miss 4 meters. 4 meters.
Rilliana.
All right. We have 2 long wall, right? 1, 2 long wall, and 1, 2,
Yes, Miss 3.
3 short wall. So
Yes,
it's
3.
plus 3 into. So how do we calculate the short wall? 4.3
4
plus
4.3
4.3 plus 4.3
plus 4.
Is it going to be plus again?
No,
No, there's
It's
no
gonna
more
be
plus. It's 4.3
0.6
minus
minus
0.6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear. So how much is that? Which is equal to
No.
which is equal to 5.3 plus 5.3 plus 0.6
11.2 2 into 11.2
plus
into
minus
11.2
0.6
11.2
into 4.3 minus
plus
6
into
4.3
4.9 37.1 think is it 37.1
wait.
no minus no
5.
no plus đây là mình kiện 4.3 minus 3.7 no 33.5
33.5. It should be 33.5. But why is not similar is the question now.
33.5.
Are we taking this wrong? The center line method? I'll just try this.
Again.
Why is this wrong? Wait. Let me try again. 34.1 into 0.9 into 0.3 is equal to minus 2 into 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.3. 6. Okay. Then how is this wrong? 2 into 11, 2 into 11.5 into 9. Okay, long wall is 11.5, is it? 2 into 11.5.
No.
Huh?
Miss.
No, miss.
Miss.
10.6.
Pakata zo
5.3
ka chuan foundation
plus.
kan tia ta hi chuan a chung chia kan ti kha.
It's 11.2, I think.
No. Minus
0.9
0.9.
le 0.6 khain an lo wanga ni anga miss.
Anyang M. Nga Ronnie Lau.
Achunga mi chia kan lak kha. A brickwork
Let's
kan
try.
lak thin kha.
Okay, let's try this with. This was a little bit confusing. Let's try with the same one, all right? The concrete one. So length is equal to. All right, length is equal to. Let's try again. 5.3 plus, right? 5.3 plus 5.3
plus
5.3 plus 5.3 plus 0.9, right? 9. 2 into, right? Long one. 2 into 5.3 plus 3 into 4.3 minus 0.9, which is equal to, how much is it? 5.3 plus 5.3 plus 0.9 is equal to into 2 is 23 plus 4.3 into 0.9, no, 4.3 minus 9, 4.3 minus 0.9 into 3 is equal to 10.2, is equal to 10.2, which is equal to 33.2. It's correct, right?
Mine.
It's correct. So I think here separate wall method is easier than the center line method, right? Because you were confused about that subtracting where there was that double in the junction. Is it clear? Do you understand it now?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay. See, for that center line method, it's because here I will just try to explain it again. Understand, because here the total center length is multiplied by the junction in this portion. Let's call this A. Let's call this B. All right. In this junction A, it comes twice. All right. That's how I want to. That's how I know best. It comes twice. Here also it comes twice, but we are making it up for the part that we are not calculating on this part. As here as well. We are not calculating this part, right? This comes twice, but this comes twice, but we are not subtracting this part because we are not calculating this part. So this part and this part is more or less the same, right? It's the center line. So it's same. So that means if this comes twice, then it is all good on the junction at the end. But if we have a junction in the middle, understand, that means it is going to come twice like this, because this part we've already calculated. Now this part we are calculating it twice. So that means we have to minus this. It's to minus this is it's the half of the breadth, half of this breadth, right? Half of this breadth into the breadth and the depth. So that we have 2, so that means 2 into half of the breadth into the total breadth and the depth. All right. If you look at it more clearly, I think you can understand it. You've all passed your class 12 mathematics, right? So your assignment for today is make a table like this over here and calculate the brickwork in foundation and plinth. This 2 part, brickwork in footing 1, brickwork in footing 2, and then the brickwork in plinth, and then the brickwork in your wall as well. Understand? So try to calculate that. You can try it using the center line method or the long wall, short wall method. So try to work that out as we did previously before. All right. So this is the same one. We've already calculated the foundation, the concrete work in foundation. You have to calculate the rest as we did before, in our like this. You have to calculate it. All right. So that is your assignment.
Miss.
Yes.
Miss, one feedback.
Yes.
Miss, while highlighting certain area, could you please increase the cursor width?
Yes. Come again.
The size of your cursor.
The size of my cursor.
Yes, yes.
I don't know how to highlight that in Google Meet. It was easy in.
No, Miss. General height in your PC, in the settings section on the control panel.
Okay.
You could increase the size of the cursor, na?
Okay. Next time. All right.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
All right. And now I think will you able to do this? Try it. All right. It won't be that difficult. Okay.
Miss.
Try this.
Yes, ma'am.
And you will have this for reference. I will keep this in Moodle so that you can download this. All right. I will upload it now in Moodle. All right.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
All right. Try that. We will all discuss it in the next class again. So everyone, you should submit it before then. All right. Before the next class.
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
All right. So again, I will repeat it. For those of you who haven't submitted the previous assignment, I will give you till tonight, submit it by tonight. And those who haven't submitted by tonight, it will be marked as 0 for the assignment. All right? Okay. I will see you all on
Next Thursday.
next class, next Thursday. All right?
Miss, thank you, Miss.
All right.
Thank you, Miss, for your efforts.
I hope you understand it. Please try to do your assignments. All right. It's difficult because we're not, if I wrote it down in the your whiteboard or something, then it will be more easier. But because we are not doing it physically, it's becoming harder. All right. So
Yes, Miss. We should upgrade to technology.
yes, we should upgrade. All right, but try to do that. I think all of you have passed your class 12 on mathematics, and you are here, and you are in your what? Are you in 3rd year now or 4th year? Third year.
Third year.
3rd year. You've already in your 3rd year. If you are going in a general line, that means you are in your final year of your bachelor's. So it's
Yes,
not
final
that
year.
complicated to figure out. All right. I will all see you next week on Thursday. Please submit your assignments on time. Take care all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Stay safe.
Bye. Miss.
Real rút trong trai này nó tí real rút trong trai này nó tí ngay chế này phép
Atap lutok.
real rút trong trai này này tí lâu vàng mấy mấy nhỉ ha
Ay, di zo li char lo chon di ka zo bo lak lo chon thiam lo on tu ka tirahan ka bo re.
Bible này nên chop top bro chúa nôm
Tung kara tini ngay to ni theng hilem man.
cái record